Hey everyone, Rorius here, with Portal Prelude. Now, I've been meaning to get to this mod for a little while now, and oh, there is a commentary track. Oh shit, okay, I was gonna say I was just gonna play this and talk about when I originally played it, but I was led to believe there was no commentary version. But there is, so cool. I'll just get straight into the commentary. God, it's been ages since I played this.
To the Aperture Science Computer-Aided Enrichment Center. We hope your brief detention and the relaxation felt has been a pleasant one. Your specimen has been processed and we are now ready to be... What?
Seriously? What are you saying, Mike? Stop this crap, please.
Hey, this is the procedure. We must read this text each time a specimen starts the test.
Oh, for God's sake, stop calling her a specimen. She has a name, Mike.
Okay then. Hi Abby. How are you today?
Abby.
I'm Mike, and I'm going to follow you through this test.
All right, that's a lot better. Don't worry, Abby. We know this test can look and feel very strange, but we're watching you. And we can help you too, but keep it secret. We're not allowed to do so. We only help if you promise us a little reward. And I'm sure you know what I mean by reward.
Man, you're so gross. I think I hate you more every day.
Well, sorry. I think we should start the test now.
Yeah, right. Let's go, Abby. Get out of this room.
Alrighty, before we continue, just a quick random thing I'll mention about this is that when I first played this, I noticed the NPCs in the little like observation rooms up there, but I didn't realize that they were the ones that were talking. I was convinced there was some sort of like I thought there were two AIs talking to you. There was two like different AIs talking to each other, purely because of the Microsoft Sam voice, and because historically Portal has always had an AI as the main sort of like voice narrator / antagonist.
First of all, I'd like to point out to our English players that these commentaries are spoken in our native language, French. I advise you to turn on subtitles in Options, Audio, Captioning. Thanks for your comprehension.
Hello and welcome to Portal Prelude, the non-official prequel of the Valve Software's game Portal. My name is Nicholas, also known as Nico18 on the internet, and I'm the main contributor of this game. During the game, I spread a lot of commentaries in order to share a bit of my impressions on the development of this Portal modification. Damn it! Okay, 1 second. Rendezvous at the next commentary, and I hope that you'll appreciate my work in any case. Appreciate my work. In any case, if you'd like me, oh my god, that's so distracting. Okay. I had to turn the music off. So yeah, rendezvous at the next commentary, and I hope that you'll appreciate my work. In any case, if you'd like to ask or say anything, something to me, you can contact me at this email address, nicholas@portalprelude.com. By the way, please forgive my English if it's sometimes awkward, as it's not my mother tongue. There we go. Okay, so we'll listen. So what I'm gonna do is each time there's a node, I'm gonna put the volume down just so that I don't have to talk over the commentary, because I will need to, like, I'm not gonna make you read every commentary node, so I'll say it for them. So this is Nicholas again. The music is one of the last things we worked on during the development of the game. I wasn't sure how to find good tracks that could fit with the Portal's universe, because this kind of track is not that common. And somewhere near the end of the development process, I found an author/composer on the internet nicknamed ERH, whose every creation was licensed under the Creative Commons license. I jumped on the occasion, and this is at least 75% of the tracks of this game that are coming from him. As for this one now playing, this is the only one of the tracks. This is one of only 2 tracks that are not supposed to be free to use. Okay, right. Oh, so that means that the music in the start of the game is gonna frickin' probably copyright claim me. Alright, next node. So it's Nicholas again. This room is one of the rooms that were most modified during the development process. At the start, I had the system the same as in Portal. A portal was appearing from nowhere, and the player could get out of the relaxation vault without doing anything. It wasn't really interesting, so I decided to give the portal gun to the player right here in this room. But during the tests, it had been proven to be totally stupid, and it didn't bring anything special to the level. So eventually, I decided to remove it, and delay its obtaining to the next room. So yeah, so what he's done instead, oh god, as he put a box on the other, oh god. He put a box, no, stop. Okay, so he put a box on the other side instead, and made the player create the portal.
Feel free to explore each room. At least it can't hurt you.
Theoretically, no, it should not. Please note that some of these circular doors are automatic and open when you pass by it.
Really? He's trying to say, stand here forever like an idiot. We won't open the exit door.
Okay. Okay. So this is Nicholas again. The video cameras were the base of a great frustration during the development process. My goal was to do exactly the same thing as in Portal. A lot of video cameras to destroy in order to win an achievement if every single one of them was destroyed. I had a few methods to destroy them, like jumping on it or throwing objects to it, but finally I realized that it was totally impossible to create our own achievements using Valve's tools. And because the Steamworks framework was not yet released at the time, I made this. I eventually decided to give up. The destruction methods stayed, however. So yeah. So the So yeah, these objects here are still the same. I don't know how you're supposed to destroy this. I don't know if it's possible. So yeah, they don't have any like achievement, in-game style achievements or anything. Yeah, I remember we decided not to even try with achievements when it came to Portal Unity, because as far as I remember, you really need to have your game released on Steam in order to enable achievements. Yeah, at least that's what we found. I don't think that's probably true, but that's what we thought at the time. Okay.
Hi again, Abby. Mike talking.
Dude, she knows it's you. We talked with her 2 minutes ago.
I know, but the procedure states that we must introduce ourselves at the beginning of each test chamber.
Okay then, welcome to the first test chamber. Your goal is located in the middle of the room.
Okay. That's quite cool, actually. Cool. But we'll listen to this first.
Cette salle a été créée par
this room was made by Jeremy Barr,
surnommé Capitaine Mousse.
Captain Moose. The idea of integrating levels from external authors came very late in development, in the development process. At the beginning, we were directly going to the next room, but when I decided to remove the portal gun from the relaxation vault, I had to insert a new room between these two. Because we absolutely need the portal gun in the next room, there is not so much chambers from external authors in this game. There's 4 of them, and this one is the first one. When I started this project, I wanted it to be a personal project, and the idea of including work from other people was kind of annoying me. But as time passed, I understood that the workload was way too heavy for a single man, and eventually I started to ask some people for help with... Oh my god. Started to ask some people for help with maps and 3D models, for example. Oh, cool. Fair enough. Yeah, we didn't use any other... We made all our maps ourselves. So this is Jeremy. In this level, the portal gun is given to the player in a way that he is directly in contact with him. It is okay. We took the opportunity to change the habits of portal players, who used to have control of the blue portal at the beginning of the game, by giving them a portal gun which only controls the orange ones. A simple architecture and lighting allows for players to easily identify the portal gun at the center of the room. Yeah, so it's valid, and it's an interesting choice.
This thing is an Aperture Science handheld portal device.
A portal gun, if you prefer.
Yes, but this is not a gun. In fact, this is not even a weapon.
It allows you to create dimensional portals and that sort of thing.
Be advised that this version of the device is not fully upgraded.
There's one guy up
You
there
will
that...
only be able to create orange portals.
Handle it with care, please. We won't take any responsibilities if you get killed stupidly while using it.
Yeah, it's really interesting because Portal 1, as far as I remember, had that function. I don't know about Portal 2, but it had the function to allow either orange or blue. It wasn't like it was the first level was blue only and the second level was blue and orange. They actually had separate on-off buttons, so you could easily just turn the orange ones on and not have the blue ones turned on. So yeah, it's cool. So we'll listen to this. So this is Nicholas again. Here, the author, Jeremy, had the idea to give the player a portal gun that can only fire orange portals. It has proven to be really confusing for some people that couldn't understand how to get out of this little room. Exactly the kind of feeling I was searching during the development. It should be noted that this chamber has a somewhat high difficulty for the beginners, and allows me to set the overall difficulty higher from the start. My goal wasn't to make the game as simple a portal as Portal, I think it's supposed to say, because I found it way too simple during the first chambers. My goal was to make a decently difficult game, not with extremely complex puzzles from the start, but with a higher complexity than the ones found in Portal. Yeah. So yeah, that would help with that, I guess, with that goal. Oh god. I wasn't expecting that. Okay. I very much was not expecting that.
Sentry mode activated.
Yeah, that was startling.
What's the difference between orange and blue portals anyway?
Now that's a good question. Besides the fact that one is blue and the other one orange, I have absolutely no idea.
It's true. They're just color representations.
Welcome to the test chamber number 2.
It's coffee time. We're taking a break. Do what you have to do.
And do it alone.
Right. Okay, so before we start, I'm going to listen to this. So this is Nicholas again. While Portal focused a bit more on the IT and artificial aspects of voices with GLaDOS, I took a gamble and to completely go in the opposite direction and only keep human male voices, because the story is supposed to take place long before Portal, even before plugging GLaDOS. I wanted people to understand that these observation rooms, visible in the test chambers, were not only used to enlighten, but had hosted many Aperture Sciences employees monitoring test subjects. So yeah, essentially, yeah, they wanted them to give you that idea that the test chambers were actually, the observation rooms were actually utilized in the original Aperture Science. Alrighty, am I supposed to do this? Okay, nope. You're not supposed to do that, Rory. Am I able to just jump over here? I can. For a minute there I thought I had to do some little tiny fling thing, but nope. She has a nice ass, doesn't she? Terrible. Oh, I went the wrong way. My bad. That's why there's an arrow there. Right, okay. So yeah, this one you do have to do the little fling. Cool. Sorry I'm having to put the volume down for these. It's harder to talk over them. Nicholas. At start, the fully operational portal gun was directly accessible during this room. After the tests, it turned out that it was devoid of any interest. The test chamber was indeed too easy. And then, after moving the portal gun from room 0 to room 1, and especially the fact that it was only firing orange portals, I found it much more interesting to do it this way. It forced players to somewhat travel backward, and for the first portal, bling firing to understand how it worked. Blind firing to understand how it works. What did I... It's written as blind. I'm blind. It's like, bling fire? What? Rory, you idiot. Alrighty, cool.
Well done. Go on to the next room.
Yeah. So yeah, so it's going to be interesting to hear what they have to say about their own mod, but the only difficulty here is that it does seem as though all of the dialogue is in French. So I'm having to put the volume down so I can speak over it. So Nicholas again. This is at the end of the development, when I had to compile all the levels and optimize the frame rate, that I realized I really made a gross mistake. Putting 3, 4, or 5 test chambers in the same level was not really a good idea, yeah. Not only that complications were enormously longer, Not that there were a lot more complications, but more importantly, it had become a real pain when trying to create the challenges in advanced chambers. Yeah, each level was then containing up to 9 different levels, a bit 1 for the solo, 4 for the challenges, and 4 advanced rooms. Indeed, this is where I understood why Portal, they made a maximum of 2 or 3 chambers per level. I should have followed their logic, and it's true that I made a stupid mistake here. Alright, so yeah, like, it's totally a mistake that's understandable to make. I know when we were working on Portal Unity, we kept the puzzles down to, I think it was at most 2 or 3 per level. I actually don't remember, were there actually 3? I think there might have been 3 in one of the very first maps, but after that there was 2 at most, and then for the rest, for pretty much from about test chamber 6, somewhere around there, 5 or 6, definitely by 8, there was it was 1 test chamber per map file. So yeah, we could have made advanced test chambers, and we were planning to at first, but we scrapped that idea.
Welcome to the test chamber number 3. Now that you know how to use your portal gun, we'll give you a brand new version in this room. Be sure not to miss it.
Yeah. Oh.
Pendant les tests de
Sorry. Nicholas again. While testing this level, one of the testers fell into this pit even before he managed to catch the new portal gun. This is where I realized that it was completely impossible to get out since our portal gun was only firing orange portals. So I had to improvise in order to avoid a complete overhaul of this room. I decided to open a blue portal as soon as the player fell into the pit. He just had to fire an orange portal to get out. I'm not really proud of this solution, but it mainly helped to save time. Yep. So yeah, there's stuff like that. Like instead of doing stuff like that, what we did is there's one place where you could have done that exact thing in Portal Unity. There was one, where was that? It was Test Chamber 8 when you were getting when you had the blue portal gun and you're gonna pick up the dual portal gun. When you put we decided we wanted you to put your portal gun onto a thing and return it to Aperture Science, and then you were gonna go out and get your full portal gun. What happens is there's actually a pit to the left of the door where you give away your portal gun, and if you walk down there, of course, you are trapped. And so what we ended up doing in that version of the game, and actually I modified it a little bit in the reboot, is essentially you stop the player from being able to fall back down there. And since they don't have a portal gun, they can't like manage to portal themselves down there and then trap themselves or anything. It's impossible to trap yourself in the final version. Oh right, I don't have the...
Alright, your protect gun is now fully operational. You can create a blue portal and an orange one at the same time.
We're not going to explain you how it works. Try it yourself.
So is this using the same logic as blue portals had? Oh god, see, I hated that in the original Portal, that kind of thing could happen. Oh no, it's not quite as complicated as the blue portal solution. Ah, damn it. I think it would, having done it recently, oh here we are, here's one of the guys. Having done it recently, I would almost feel like the blue portal solution would almost be easier. Oh my god, the camera. I'm gonna frickin' kill the camera. Okay, so it's this way. There we go. Okay, so we got some classic flinging, which I love. I love classic flinging. It's so underused in the later Portal stuff. Okay, so once again, Nicholas again. Another example of error, which shows that making a portal map is not as simple as one might think it is. At start, in this room, when the player was on the first step, the lower wall was moving out, and when he reached the second step, the upper wall did the same. The problem is that not only could one reach the second step directly without using any of them, but more importantly, the test chamber became far too simple to solve. So I decided not to move the upper wall at all. As a result, players are usually lured by the only wall that moves and eventually no longer understand its purpose. A perfect demonstration that we should not always follow our first impressions. Unfortunately, I also realized that reaching the last step without the upper wall became very complicated if one has not mastered the crouching jump. So I had to include a bit of helping, provided by Mike and Eric after 2 minutes if the player still didn't make it. Right, okay. So that's interesting. So there's going to be help if I don't finish this quickly. So let's do this. Okay, so that... I don't know if that's how you're supposed
Well
to...
done.
Okay.
I knew you would succeed in this room.
I hope that my little joke was not too inappropriate.
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about the wall I moved in the test chamber. In fact, it was totally useless.
It's not funny, Eric. This whole test thing is supposed to be serious.
Oh, come on.
See, I always found it confusing because while you're in the test chambers, you know, they're speaking over an intercom, the guys monitoring you. But, because of the robot voice, like, because of the fact that they're speaking over that intercom, you can't entirely tell where their voice is coming from. And because it's robotic, it just sounds like it's coming from everywhere. It sounds like a machine doing it. It doesn't sound like humans are talking. I don't know, I just found that problematic originally. Okay. So Nicholas again. This chamber is the second one created by Jeremy. For a long time, I wondered where I was going to insert it in the adventure, because it required the fully operational portal gun, but its difficulty was rather low. I had therefore no alternative but to place it after the third room where we get the second portal gun. But it is true that it looks like an intruder in the middle of a supposedly growing difficulty. This is yet another proof that, during the development process, we ought to have defined an order from the start and not define it in the middle of the conception. To be fair, we kind of just winged it.
My talking again and again.
I'm daring to, but not for long.
Oh, why? Are you going somewhere?
Yes, for a couple of minutes. Basically, I'm going somewhere you don't have to know about.
Oh, I see. For a minute, I imagined you while you were...
Enough, please. I'll be right back.
I'm not entirely sure where they were going with that. But, this does appear to be one of these typical classic, infinite portal things. Oh god. I should have just done it normally. Okay, let's figure this out. Which direction am I going? Nope, I did it wrong. Okay, clearly I'm gonna just do it the way that I usually do it, instead of doing it that stupid way. Okay. So where do I need it? I need it well over to that corner. So we go like this. Oh my god. Having the roof right there is really annoying. Oh dear. There we go. Cool. That was simple enough, I guess. Yeah, I see what he means, where it's like it's kind of a strange puzzle to have at this stage. Because it's a very short, simple puzzle. But it's also, yeah, I don't know. It is a bit of a strange puzzle.
Hey, are you already in the 5th test chamber? I can't see you anymore. Ah yes, you're there. I think I missed the end of the last test. I need to focus a bit more on the situation. Anyway, good luck in this room.
Cool. Alright, what we'll do is we'll listen to this last node, and I think I'll call the episode there, because I think I'm out of time. But let's have a listen. Okay, so Nicholas again. This room is undoubtedly the one that has undergone the most changes during its development. Not only that its organization changed 3 times, but it also been extended twice. The goal was to have the room able to reintroduce the concept of conservation of inertia. I think I'm talking about momentum. Asking the player to find the highest fall in order to reach the height of the exit. Hence the idea of the door, preventing the player to do what he wants by imposing the time constraints. During the tests, players found too many ways to finish this room in a very low portal count, and much more simpler than I ever thought. It's also for this reason that the room has been reworked so many times, thanks to the testers. So yeah, it's a good little story about the testers showing basically the developers what's wrong with their puzzles. Very important detail, although something that we did not do. We were terrible. Basically, we did have testers, but they were just not good at Portal, and so some of the sort of easier puzzles, they just... What the hell's he doing? Is he just sitting on the floor? Curious. They made it so you can't sit on the... the hell's he doing? That's so weird. He's sitting with his legs through the floor. So weird. Anyway, turn that off and then load my save, so I don't have that. But yeah, so yeah, it's something that we really should have done, but we didn't. And that was the... Oh, actually, I might just solve this really quick, because I'm pretty sure I know what I'm supposed to do. So, you can't place it while you're up here. God freaking damn it. Say, well, okay, well, I'm gonna place this... Oh dear. I just glitched myself out. Well, wonderful. So yeah, what I need is to have a portal there, and have a portal here, and then you can see her through the portals. And then I need to just do this. No, did I? Nope. Okay, I'm wrong. Might be a little harder than I gave it credit. Okay, actually, I know. No, I think I know. No, I still don't. I still don't know. That's weird. I would have thought that was the very highest possible point to jump from. Huh. But anyway, I think we'll have to leave it there. I'll save it really quick. So yeah, we'll definitely be returning to this pretty soon. It's going to be a little bit harder of a developer commentary playthrough, purely because it's in French. If you want to see the French version, I would recommend just if you speak French, or if you'd prefer French, I would definitely recommend just downloading this and playing through the commentary track. Otherwise, yeah, I'm going to be reading them all. I'm going to be turning the sound off so that I'm not distracted by the sound, and I'm going to be reading them myself in English, of course, with the subtitles on. But yeah, if you like what you saw, hit like. If you want to see more from me, then subscribe. Thank you so much for watching, and as always,